Hi, today I will be presenting my chemistry project about the trends in the periodic table. So the first trend is ionization energy. Ionization energy is the energy required to remove an electron from an atom or ion. Ionization energy decreases as you move down each group, since each element has more occupied energy levels than the one above it has. Therefore, the outermost electrons are farthest from the nucleus in elements near the bottom of the group. Which means that they will have more inner electrons. These inner electrons shield the outermost electrons from full attractive force of the nucleus. This electron shielding causes the outermost electrons to be held less tightly to the nucleus. Therefore, the atom needs less energy for it to lose its valence electrons. So what is electron shielding? Electron shielding is the reduction of the attractive force between a positively charged nucleus and its outermost electrons due to the cancellation of some of the positive charge by the negative charges of the inner electrons. Ionization energy increases as you move across a period, since each element will have more electrons and protons, which will add to the attractive force of the atom, and more energy will be needed to form ions. The second trend in the periodic table is atomic radius. The exact size of the atom is very hard to determine, since it can be influenced by many factors such as physical and chemical state of the atom. So how can we calculate the size of the atom? One method is by calculating the bond radius, which is half the distance from center to center of two like atoms that are bonded together. The bond radius can change slightly depending on what atoms are involved. Atomic radius increases as you move down a group, since more principal energy levels are filled. Electron shielding also plays a role, since the effective nuclear charge is almost constant as you move down a group. This causes the outermost electrons not to be pulled closer to the nucleus. Atomic radius decreases as you move across a period, since we will have more protons and electrons. Electron shielding does not play a role, so the effective nuclear charge increases, which causes the electrons to become closer to the nucleus, thus decreasing the size. The third trend in the periodic table is electronegativity. So what is electronegativity? Electronegativity is a measure of the ability of an atom in a chemical compound to attract electrons. Electronegativity decreases as you move down a group, because the atom will have more inner electrons, so you might expect that they will attract electrons. But electron shielding also plays a role again. The effective nuclear charge is the same in most atoms of the group, but the atom with more energy levels will not attract the electrons as strong as an atom with less energy levels, because the atom with more energy levels does not attract outer electrons as strongly as the atom with less energy levels. The atom with more energy levels has a smaller electronegativity value. Electronegativity increases as you move across a period, since you have one more electron and proton. And since electron shielding doesn't play a role. Therefore, the effective nuclear charge increases across the period. As this increases, electrons are attracted much more strongly, resulting in an increase in the electronegativity value. The fourth trend in the periodic table is the ionic radius. Like atomic radius, like the atomic size, ionic size has trends too. As you go down a group, the valence electrons in ions are in higher energy levels. Therefore, just as atomic radius increases as you move down a group, usually the ionic radius increases as well. These trends hold for both positive and negative ions. Metals tend to lose one or more electron to form a positive ion. As you move across the period, the ionic radii of metal cations tend to decrease because of increasing nuclear charge. As you come to non-metal elements in a period, their atoms tend to gain electrons to form negative ions due to the increasing nuclear charge. The final and last trend in the periodic table is electron affinity. The electron change that occurs when a neutral atom gains an electron is called the atom's electron affinity. Electron affinity tends to decrease as you move down the group due to the increasing effect of electron shielding. In contrast, electron affinity tends to increase as you move across a period because of the increasing nuclear charge.